Okay, let's do some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Biscuits or scones?
Biscuits.
Soft or crispy cookies?
What do you think? Soft all the way. Team medium rare.
Salted or unsalted butter?
Unsalted. We can salt what we want to.
What's your go-to road trip snack?
Oatmeal cream pie.
Oh, so good. Maybe a Diet Coke too?
Oh, now, yeah. Diet Coke is the perfect accompaniment.
What's a dessert you always order if you see it on the menu?
Il flottant.
Good answer. What is your typical French bakery order?
I love a Viennois chocolat. I love a pain suisse. I'll get a pan au raisin for my husband or you or Uncle Lane, but that's not my pick. And God, a good old croissant.
Okay. Do you like to hand knead or use a stand mixer?
Hand knead.
Okay, this question is for your Uncle Lane, but I want to know your answer. Do you clean as you go or do you wait until the baking's complete?
I wait until the baking is complete. And that used to be the hardest part of baking. You know, grandma, my Mimi telling me, you're going to use every bowl in the kitchen. There was a dread of dirty dishes. And so you'd make this huge mess and then something's in the oven and then you're like, what in the world? But I somehow taught myself, I remember saying, if you hate it the whole time, you're going to quit doing it. And so then I started enjoying washing dishes. I hand wash everything. Mm-hmm. All of my baking equipment is hand washed. I have a lot of antique French bowls and things that I buy when I'm traveling. And of course I want to use them.
Right.
So I get them in the kitchen, I use them, but I hand wash everything, including my brand new bakeware from Williams-Sonoma. I'm always going to hand wash, keeps it the best quality. And I started thinking about it the same way I do cleaning up after a dinner party, where I say these are memoirs of a messy table. I think about the baking and the memoirs of that moment. What did I do? What did I learn? And what do I smell in the oven? And so I clean my dishes after I'm finished baking, Uncle Lane. My uncle will wash a dish at each step along the way, which we've had to work with him on because the outcome is not what he wants when he's getting more worried about the dishes than he is what's in the stand mixer. So I've hopefully helped fix that.
That was not a quick answer. I knew I couldn't keep you to that.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your baking playlist vibe?
Oh, man. Well, it's somewhere between a little ouncy lounge and like French cafe music.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a fun mix.
The mood swings, and then maybe the Emily in Paris soundtrack if I just need a little bit of a beat.
I like it. What's your birthday cake of choice?
Hummingbird cake and banana cake with chocolate buttercream and Apple Jacks poke cake and lots of birthday cake.
And when you celebrate your birthday for an entire month,
there's plenty of it.
You can have lots.
Yeah.
Okay, if you had to sum up your baking philosophy in one word, what would it be?
Bake it your own.
I love it.
That's more than one
That's
word.
more than one, but that's a really good philosophy.
That's my baking philosophy. I remember years ago feeling the constraints and confinement of baking. People say, I cook, I don't bake. Because they cook and they do this and this and a smidge of this and add this and whatever. Baking felt like follow the thing and you can't do anything on your own. But after I started learning, yes, there are rules. And yes, there are things you have to follow to a precise way. But there's always room to bake it your own. And the freedom brought about such creativity that I want people to bake it their own. So much so that, Brooke, when I was flipping through this very first issue of the magazine, and I saw my very first letter from the editor to everyone in the world introducing myself to them as a baker, you see these words big and bold at the top. I bake, I don't cook.
Right.
And that was my answer to the world of people that say, I cook, I don't bake. And so now I do cook more. That's happened in the 10 years. But I wanted that freedom for bakers to know they can bake it their own. And then that starts to make the process feel a little bit more fun.
Okay. I think that's a perfect ending. Bake it your own.